Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. I hope you had a nice little break. And we are back to school, back to learning, back to growing our brains with some new challenges up ahead. So I thought today we would focus on a balancing pose because it's Thursday. But the balancing pose I chose is one that helps us build inner strength and confidence and power. And it's called the warrior pose, and there's a bunch of different warrior poses. Today we're working on warrior number 3, and we're going to do it 3 different ways. So we'll start by just warming up the spine. So find some space, toss your arms a little bit side to side, turn and look over your shoulder as you go. And maybe you want to add in the breath here. So when you move into the twist, you breathe out. Like inhale, center. Breathe out. Inhale, center, and breathe out. And then slowing your twists, letting your arms stop swinging whenever they stop swinging. Feel your shoulders bouncing around, feeling relaxed. Let's now stretch nice and long, reach up towards the ceiling. And then we'll take a side stretch. So drop one arm down, lean up and over. Next breath in, reach up to center, stretch up and long, and then breathe out to the other side. Take a breath. Breathe up to center, relax your arms down, and now we're going to do the cat and cow stretching. So if you get dizzy or you have like a hard time with balance, you might want to sit down. You can also like just scooch to the edge of the chair and you'll do breathe in, look up, breathe out, and round. If you're going to stay standing like me, put your hands on your lower back, and then you breathe in, push your hips forward, look up, breathe out, and see if you can fold all the way down, maybe even dropping your hands down. So hands to the back, breathe in, look up, push your hips forward, breathe out, look down, drop the hands down. Take a few more with your breath, breathing in to grow up, breathing out to roll down. Don't forget to protect your back with your hands. And the next time you're breathing out, just come to stand in a regular old mountain pose. All right, we're gonna get into it. And we're gonna start by practicing the shape of this balancing pose. But instead of doing it on the ground, we're gonna pretend we're doing it up on the ceiling. To do this version of Warrior 3, which anybody can do, you're gonna need a space on the wall and enough space on the floor to lie down. For the floor space, you can lay down a towel or a blanket or use a yoga mat if you have one. And then you're gonna need one more prop, either a scarf, a belt, or I'm gonna use my towel since I have the yoga mat. So what we're gonna do is lie ourselves down so that our feet are standing on this wall right here. And then you lay yourself down and pretend you're in a mountain pose, but you're lying on the ground, so it's a little bit different than when we're standing up. The next thing you're gonna do is bend one knee into your chest and then swing the blanket so that it comes around your foot. From here, you're gonna try and straighten your leg as much as you can. Try to keep your foot flat. So like I let go of the towel is not falling off. I'm pretending that I'm standing on the ceiling. And you might not even need the towel. Maybe your leg just stays on its own. I like to use the towel to steer my leg around one way, the other way, and just bring it over to center as if I really was standing and balancing on the ceiling. You can see my other foot, it's on the wall, but when we do this pose for real, this leg is gonna be up in the air. So you wanna make sure that you flex your foot. Your foot is flat on the wall. Now, the next step, if you're ready to let go of the towels, you can take your arms into a T shape. A more challenging version of this pose will be to stretch your arms long over the top of your head. We're going to take a few breaths here. Imagine you're actually standing on the ceiling with that one leg that's up in the air. Take one more big breath, feel your belly get big. And as you breathe out, you can bend your knee, start to lower your foot down, grab the towel, and bring that foot onto the wall and the leg onto the ground. We'll switch to the other side. So now bend your other knee, flip that towel or belt, whatever, around so it's on your foot. Steer your whole leg so that it's right in line with your hip, as if you really were balancing. Keep your foot flat like it's pressing into the ceiling. And once you feel ready, you can take your arms to the T shape, or maybe again you want to reach your arms up overhead. Taking a few breaths here. Feel inner space when you breathe in. Relaxing when you breathe out. We're going to take a breath or two more here. So we've been imagining doing this pose while standing on the ceiling. Now, if you like, you can close your eyes here, or try and imagine or see what this might look like if we were standing on the ground instead of the ceiling. Take one more breath. All right, bending your knee, letting your foot come down. Grab that towel. You're actually going to need the towel to set yourself up for the next way to do Warrior 3. The next way to do Warrior 3 is using the wall, but standing up. So it's like you'll have a little bit of support, but not quite as much support as we had lying down on the ground, which is really comfortable. So first things first, you're going to come up to sit, and you want to put your towel somewhere, somehow, so that it lines right up with your hips so you know how long your legs are. Then you're going to come up to stand. You're going to stand yourself in a mountain pose with your feet right in line where you put that towel. To come into this version of Warrior 3, start with your hands on your hips. And then when you pick up one leg, try and stabilize and keep that standing leg nice and strong. Next, you're going to bend forward a little bit and find the wall with your foot. You're going to try and push your foot into the wall to help support you. And it looks like maybe I measured wrong. I need a little bit more space. That's okay. I'll just hop my foot forward a little bit, find the wall again. Now you want to feel your back is like nice and flat, completely parallel to the ceiling. When it feels that way to you, maybe you take your arms into that T shape, or maybe you find that long stretch ahead of you. For today, I think I'm going to keep the T shape, the airplane arms. Let's take a few breaths here. Sometimes, if this is really challenging to hold your balance, you can bend the standing leg a little bit. The next time you breathe in, come all the way up. Shake it out. All right, let's try the other side. So I'm just going to scooch forward from my towel a little bit like last time, hands on my hips. Deep breath in, pick up the other leg. Deep breath out, find the wall. Line yourself up, push that foot into the wall. Feel yourself parallel to the ground, parallel to the ceiling. And then find your arms in airplane, straight ahead, or keep them on the hips. 2 more breaths. Next time you're breathing in, come all the way back up, shake it out. Okay, it's time for the third way to do Warrior 3. It's probably the most challenging because you won't have the wall to support you at all. What will be helpful is finding a focal point. So I'm going to put my eyes on one spot on the floor that's not moving. Hands on your hips. Put your weight into one foot and pick up the other foot. Take a deep breath in and then flex that foot. Keep it strong. Flex the foot and push back as if there was a wall behind you, but this time there isn't. Keep your eyes steady. Keep breathing. Maybe you find airplane arms. Can you hold it one more breath? Oh, if you fall out, you just smile, come right back into it. We're gonna shake it out and move into the other side. Hands on your hips, find your focal point, move your weight into the other foot. Pick up that free leg, flex the foot, flex the foot. So flexing your foot, this would be pointing. Flexing is bringing your foot flat. It uses all the muscles in your leg. Deep breath in. Exhale, press it back. So this side is always more challenging for me to do. Well, maybe not always. Notice if one side was easier for you, or maybe it was the other side was easier. Oh, if you fall, smile, come right back to it. Let's do 2 more breaths on this side. Breathing in, come all the way up, shake it out. We just did warrior 3 different ways. We built inner strength, inner power, and maybe you feel a little bit more confident now, or maybe you feel like you need to practice that pose a little bit more before you feel confident. So now it's time for us to finish up our mindful moment for today. So find yourself in a seat, or if you like, you can lay down. You can sit in a chair, lean against the wall, or sit up on a pillow like me. Bring your hands over your heart. Notice your breath. I can feel my heart beating because I was just working really hard in those poses. Maybe you can feel your heart beating too. Notice how you feel today.